So today, the House, controlled by Democrats, right, voted across bipartisan lines to force the rail workers to accept that deal anyway. But there was another vote to try to make the best of a bad situation. A second bill on the House floor today, which would just go ahead and provide the rail workers with the sick leave they're asking for. You might think, well, this sounds like a perfect opportunity for Republicans to outmaneuver Democrats on their supposed working class bona fides. But wouldn't you know it, nearly every House Republican voted against the bill, giving blue-collar rail workers some paid sick days. Vote.
Welcome to another episode of the Nick and CJ show. I'm one of your hosts. I'm CJ. What's up, Nick?
What's poppin', my friends, my family? We are back once again. Welcome to the Nick and CJ show. And as you guys see with that clip, and we have a story we are going to break down that further backs up my original point and thesis I've been explaining to you guys, how we have state TV. We live in a capitalist dictatorship. That there were so many lies there. The lie where Chris Hayes says they are giving the workers what they asked for. No, they undercut their ass. They were asking for 15 paid sick days. They gave them 7, and that will. And also, this is the important part: it will end all future negotiation attempts while they had the most leverage. So even though they was asking for 15, considering how dire the situation was, they could have got more. They could have rallied the people behind them, got more, but no. So not only did they undercut their ass, now they cut off negotiations, period, and make them go back to work. That is what it means to be a scab. And you see how Chris Hayes, he trying to twist it the other way. Now, don't get it twisted. We smart here. We got critical thinking skills, right? We know Republicans are they play the red-blue game. If it was Trump, they wouldn't be doing this. We all understand that. But when you see Marco Rubio say that we shouldn't interfere with the negotiations, Chris Hayes twists that into saying he's anti-worker. That's incredible. Welcome to Revolutionary Blackout. We got a lot to break down. Any thoughts, anything you want to add?
So yeah, my thoughts on it's so crazy. And this is actually, I think you tweeted about this. The pretzels that progressives have to put themselves in, the logical, the thinking, the intellectual pretzels. This is his logic. Chris Hayes in this clip is saying Republicans aren't the ones who are for the working class, and it proves it because they didn't vote for this amendment for this thing that the Biden administration ordered. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? The Biden administration threw these kids over into the water, and then you're worried about what the Republicans have to do? Like, who cares what the Republicans have to say? The Biden administration, who are Democrats, are the ones who are forcing this. It is so bizarre that they have to try to see a win by Republicans not voting for an amendment that they know is not going anywhere, Nick. They know it's not going anywhere in the Senate. So this is the progressive like shield game. We have to always keep playing these smoke and mirror games, these twisting of logic, because what they're doing makes no sense. And they are completely weak and everybody sees it. But we have people like Chris Hayes, quasi-left person, because of, again, Nick, the only thing that qualifies you as Malcolm X Jr. in the United States is Medicare for all and $15 minimum wage. Then you're granted Malcolm X Jr. status for some reason. Had nothing to do with the contradiction of capital, pointed it out, and attacking it. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's no coming back from this. Well, I thought there was no coming back from them voting for Nazis. But look at what AOC tweeted 2 hours ago. The squad and Bernie Sanders, they're going to pretend what they did was noble. And AOC, and they already trying to make the excuse that, yo, we just listening to the union bosses. They are betraying the workers, and they're trying to portray it as otherwise. This is Marco Rubio saying that Congress shouldn't be forced to interfere, which is the working class position. This is AOC. Glad we are on the same page. Real workers pay sick days. she's leaving out the fact that the progressives were scabs and undercut their original ask. Completely ignoring that because they know the dumb AOC fans that remain not going to ask questions. And I've been looking around. I know all the AOC sycophant pages. I don't see them calling her out. And because you know that she has a protection. Look at this. A rarity, but we take it. The House just sent over what you asked for. The full TA deal with sick days as supported and demanded by our rail workers. No, it wasn't. They shut down. No, it's not. They asked for 15 days. And now AOC and the progressives are going along with the media trying to paint this as a victory for the workers.
And then they're painting this 7 days. This is half. These places like Common Dream, Jesus Christ, and Jack, all these people are praising Bernie. 7 days, he's the one that's still fighting, motherfucker. That's less than half than what they want. And that's less than a quarter of what they should get, which is more in the lines of 30 to 40. It is so ridiculous that a progressive can just throw a freaking leaf. And these you see what Bernie Sanders did? Look what he's doing. It's like, this is a shell game. Bernie Sanders, no. Any amendment that's added separately, why don't they just put it on the first bill? There's no need for a second bill, Nick. The reason they do that, everybody in Washington knows why they do that. And we're going to play a clip where Josh Gottheimer admits it on TV. That's the problem, Nick. Before this happened, he already said it, that this wasn't going to go through. This is literally a show vote so that AOC and the progressive can say, we did do that when they did not. They did not. Doing that is saying no to the first vote. Yes. Say no to the first vote and say yes to this. Don't say yes to both. This is some bullshit. Progressive shit. Like,
you see how they provide PR?
This infuriates me the most because they are lying to people that are paying them money, Nick.
Yes.
They are lying. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's over for them. Like, the people who still defend them after this, they reveal themselves as full class traitor if they member of the working class, or just straight up class loyal, they member of the professional managerial class. It's over. What they just did is the same thing they did during the homeless protest of Cory Bush. Exactly. When they knew that wasn't going to pass, but they were trying to take that moment and turn it to a PR victory, even though they knew the Supreme Court, everyone knew the Supreme Court was going to overturn this because they said they was going to do that months ago if it didn't go through Congress. And that was, at RBN, we was asking that question, and the same people you mentioned before, the people who are obsessed with praising politicians, they couldn't wait. Yes, Cory Bush, AOC, they bringing the ruckus. They're bringing the ruckus. they delivered the win. Meanwhile, we was like, yo, what is your guys' long-term plan? You had activists on the ground calling them out for their long-term plan. And then I still remember it clearly. People was like, oh my God, you guys been negative Nancy's. Why you guys can't take a win? It's the same thing right now. Where they
Nick, and those same people, I went and watched them and looked at their channel, Nick. I went to the not TYT. They're the one channel that did actually say something about progressives. Majority Report, Humanist Report, David Doe, crickets on this. Right. These people making this vote. Now, maybe they stashed it somewhere where they mentioned it in a live stream. No, I mentioned it. Okay, nigga. But you clipping Trump. You clipping Herschel Walker, nigga. But you can't clip this. Like, you get what I'm saying?
There tonight, DJ. We see tonight. Remember, they got that Cringe Fest tonight with David Doe, Mike Figueredo, the Search Shit Lib. Oh, so yeah. We see tonight. Because is that I guarantee you guys gonna see a lot.
Ola. I mean, I love her, and she's African.
I'm gonna hold my tongue.
She has a different experience, and she has a different outlook. She's willing to look past some of this.
I hope she's able to successfully infiltrate them. I'm not gonna criticize her because I think I said I'm willing to talk to anyone, so I'm not gonna criticize her for being.
No. I'm glad she's bringing them, but I think it's funny. The setup. It's just that it's a funny setup. It's not that she's not willing to talk to these people, but this is gonna be funny. This is gonna be funny because she's gonna be the only one on the laughing at this.
He's gonna be the only one.
They're saying that in her own note, in her own comments. They're like, we love you. We should go to it at one, like maybe towards the end. We love you. It's like 10 or 15 comments that I read before I just said, forget it. We love you, but those other people, yeah, we don't watch because of you, and I feel the same way. So go ahead, Nick.
Yeah. So I think that's where it's gonna be funny when they address that. We see what energy they have for them voting for Hakeem Jeffries.
Good Lord.
And voting for
that's
the railroad bosses.
And
that's the thing.
That's another thing. Go ahead.
Here it is. I found it. Here, I saw a few people asking what we're talking about. I don't want to be rude and talk about something you guys don't know what's going on. And once again, I hope Oluyemi is able to infiltrate them. There's not a criticism. I saw some people was mad, but they got this new show called The Leftist Mafia with the Surfs. If you guys know who Surf is, he's literally the biggest shit lib you will ever see. Russia Gator, Putin derangement syndrome guy. And we all know our friend.
I didn't know that. Because I just discovered this person 3 days ago.
The Surf is one of the people who used to follow me. They used to love my content, and then as soon as I start criticizing Bernie and AOC, they don't follow me and they pretend they never liked me. They literally used to follow me back in the day, and then they unfollowed me, and then they started they attacked me like once or twice. But because they one of them Bernie people who got mad because I betrayed the squad. And this is why it's interesting, because we had Oluyemi on. She don't have any love for the squad, so is she gonna hold the tongue? Hope not. Matt Binder, we all know he's the shit lib with
that's why it's an interesting dynamic, because are they gonna criticize more if she does, or is she gonna hold her tongue because she know what they feel about them? You get what I'm saying? But I do want to go back to what we opened up to. And Republicans are now considered the working class party, Nick. This is a freaking side. This is such a side. But anyway, progressives are the ones that open this lane for them. The only reason Rick or Mark Rubio looks like he does is because AOC voted for it. You open the lane by being so close to them. You open the lane. Democrats is neck and neck. You're neck and neck. Joe Biden with Donald Trump. It's because you're so close to them being so terrible. You literally just have to offer something better, and you will be winning in groves and winning like by 70%. But they refuse because they're owned by the same people. But listen to this, Nick. This is what progressives. This is the left. Supporting Nazis, supporting Israel, the Iron Dome, the two bills that they were supposed to vote on the same. We don't agree with the bills, but the BBB and the other bill they were going to vote together, they forgot to hold the vote, and then the other one fell through. Remember Joe Manchin? Oh, I can't support that. And that was torpedo. They support the police state. Medicare for all. What have they done with that? They ridiculously allowed the Senate parliamentarian reason that narrative to go without being challenged, when they know they can just say something. What do we have them for, Nick? What are they here for? That's what I'm trying to say. Now, if I'm a middle of America, white bread, white suburban, white person who voted for these people, I'm like, these people are great because they're delivering for what I want. The police state, funding Israel. I don't need Medicare for all. You see what I mean? Like, what are they here for? I don't understand. Tell me legislatively, what are we getting progressive at all?
In fact, they are actively being worse. They're taking money from the working class, pretending to fight for them, and they are providing shield and building political capital for the military-industrial complex and the prison-industrial complex. I explained this before. Why do you guys think AOC keep tweeting about how unsafe she feels? Why do you think she took the angle of pretending that, oh, my life was in danger on January 6th? Guys, nothing in politics is an accident. That is used to help manufacture consent to give more money to the national security state to protect politicians. That's why the squad voted for the U.S. domestic terrorism bill. They already sold you out to the national security state. That's why LC constantly saying, I'm unsafe, threats to my life as an all-time high. She thinks she is slick. I'm about to say she thinks she's slick, but she is, because a lot of people don't see this. To me, it's obvious what she's doing. She's doing this to help Democrats manufacture consent towards increasing the police state. The same way they help manufacture consent for the increase of the military-industrial complex. No matter how the boutique left, the NATO left, the AOC sycophant left want to twist it, AOC and Bernie Sanders, their votes are directly responsible for the increase of profits in Raytheon and Boeing. Not like a side effect of a legislation they vote on years later. No, I mean like a direct cause and effect. So at what point do we call these people out for what they are? And at what point do we start looking at anyone who defends them with a side eye? Anyone who defends them with a side eye. Because now at this point, you have AOC Bernie voting for Ukraine war funding. Now they are being scabs. And how many independent media shows are they going on to explain their vote on? Is AOC going on? Even AOC friendly channels? Is she having a sit down one-on-one with Mike Figueredo? Explain why she voted the way she did? She's not.
No one. And I give credit to Jordan Sheraton. He did tweet that. He said something like, you know, now of course he's looking for them to go on one of the DSA friendly ones, but he said something like that. Now after this vote, the squad should come on an independent media channel or something like that and explain what, you know, their vote and what the hell's going on. He did tweet something like that yesterday or something like that.
Yeah. So like, that's why it's over. A lot of these people are just standard Democrats now. Anyone who's still defending the squad, it's their role is to provide cover for the neoliberal positions that the Democratic Party takes, and they have not shifted the party to the left. They've shifted what it means to be a socialist to the right. Now you got a bunch of rat libs, people who want to feel better about their generational wealth they got through ill means. So then they call themselves a socialist because they know they got their wealth, their generational wealth from their mommy and daddy. Like these are the social democrats. They all wealthy. These are Voss. You guys know Voss live in Beverly Hills. He's a rich white boy. He grew up rich family, rich kid. I think Keffel's another one. These people grew up. They start rich, then they stop at social democrat, and they say they're socialists because they want to feel better about the ill guy means. And then they defend the capitalist imperialist party, and somehow they sleep well at night. It's kind of weird.
But these are the people they're aligned with are the ones that are fine with this. This is why I always say they're fine with doing all of that and selling us down, you know, down the stream. They're fine with all of that.